Saturday evening, when the Sabbath ended, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome went out and purchased burial spices so they could anoint Jesus' body. Very early on Sunday morning, just at sunrise, they went to the tomb. On the way they were asking each other,
"Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?"
But as they arrived, they looked up and saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled aside. When they entered the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a white robe sitting on the right side. The women were shocked, but the angel said,
"Don't be alarmed. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He isn't here. He is risen from the dead. Look, this is where they laid his body. Now go and tell his disciples, including Peter, that Jesus is going ahead of you to Galilee. You will see him there, just as he told you before he died."
Mark chapter 16 verses 1 through 7 in the New Living Translation.
Gates and doors were barred and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound. Half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear of the day would find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all out. And just before the sunrise I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle and a voice began to call. I hurried to
For this is how God loved the world. He gave his one and only Son,
so that everyone who believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life.
God sent his Son into the world not to judge the world,
but to save the world through him.
John chapter 3 verses 16 through 17 in the New Living Translation.